Stephen Oliver, entering this report into my video logs today for those who are observing. Today's date is November 1st, 2021. I have first reported to the FBI about the thefts of certificates, copyrights, patents, such as that. I work with the Dreamweaver. I have reported that Eddie Corrigan is a fraudulent manager. He's not my manager. He was never my employee of any kind. And I have reported that John Breckenridge was programmed by the NBC, and he is, according to the Marines, apparently they feel as rewarding those who have cooperated with the enemy as with things like such as what John McCain being made a senator, and John Breckenridge being made a revenue accountant with an Attorney General Deputy's office for a state. Now, those that cooperate with the enemy, they're not supposed to receive anything at all from a public sector office. Meaning, if they want to be an air conditioner repairman, well, that requires a certification that is issued from the state. They are not allowed this. Anything that has to do with public sector, they are disqualified after cooperating with the enemy. All right, now they were programmed by the NBC. There was one group of infiltrator cell, and which led the NBC to the fall of Saigon. The reports were in Saigon that there were Americans killing Americans. All right, I wasn't there, but the report is the Americans just waltzed right in, killed all the Marines at that post, and then gave an open door for the NBC to get into Saigon, and that's apparently how it happened. All right, according to the NBC, they lost. According to us, we lost. They counted their men, we counted our money. All right, so one of us won, one of us lost in the win or loss category. All right, they say we won, and they took Saigon with our own men being programmed, resulting from their lack of manpower. We had killed most of their men. They only had a small percentage of their force left in regards to soldier count. In regards to everything else, that we won, and they had one of two choices at that point in time, because we had Hanoi. Ask them, they'll tell you. All we had to do was take it. We could have easily waltzed right in. We outnumbered them greatly. Hanoi was ours, and to the point to where, okay, all right, we had intelligence agents, not really intelligence, but a form of intelligence. They were media correspondents. You may recall her name, Jane Fonda, Hanoi Jane, or whatever they called her. She had went in and requested, well, not just she, others arranged it. It had been arranged and requested that we receive information regarding our POWs, and they agreed to it in exchange for a media prestige. And they were granted their request, and we were granted our request. So we learned about our POWs, and during this learning, we CBS visited North Vietnamese Communist prisoner of war camp, and had an account of all those present in that camp. Now we know that John Breckenridge is the only one I recognize. I do know that I saw the man who they claimed fell in a trap, and zero potential of that. It's all a lie. They lied about everything. Now what I'm getting at is the Marines. It's the Marines' duty to prevent these men from occupying any given public sector office. It is the Marines' duty to prevent these men from receiving any given public sector allowance. We do not reward traitors. Why the Marines chose to allow this, you're going to have to ask them. It's all the Marines' fault. This coup that is currently underway is the fault of the United States Marines derelicting their duty and abandoning their post. It's that simple. Alright, now just because it's their fault don't mean they've done it. Alright, you take the FBI. Alright, I've been reporting since 1990 this crime against me, the theft, which has amounted to more than 800 billion an hour. And for those of you who may or may not, or do not believe that it's possible that one man could write that many songs, it ain't that hard. Okay, you can believe whatever you want. I'm a writer, I know better. It's not my fault you don't know. I agreed to the pseudo-anonymity. It's not Dreamweaver's fault. He kept his end of the deal. My songs are out there. But Eddie Corrigan was never my employee. And I did things like, they got this, as what I suspect, I don't really know because they don't tell me nothing. FOIPO, hey, what FOIPO? They don't believe in FOIPO. I filed in a federal court saying about why didn't they arrest Mary Simpson for false information? On that day, they knew she lied. The evidence was proof positive. Everything she was saying was a lie. So why didn't they arrest her for false information? It's illegal what she did. I guess they figured because she was on a crazy check from the government, that would have been a futile gesture. Well then, why do they base anything at all? Some alleged investigation. You're investigating, looking for consenting adults, utilizing freedom of expression. That ain't illegal. If you're a married person and you want to find out whether or not your spouse is cheating on you, it's not illegal. It's none of my business. Why should we the people pay for that? So for we the people to conduct an investigation into something like someone looking into consenting adult relation, utilizing freedom of expression, man, we don't do that. It's not allowed. That's a private sector issue. Alright, it's got nothing to do with we the people. So this alleged investigation, where that's the only thing I can figure it could be. I mean, why else would they be withholding the evidence? Why would else they would hold the files, to hold the records? What have they got? There's only one thing that could do that, and that's a hold based on an investigation. You don't want to tell the person that's under investigation what you got on them, or that they're investigation, or that they are being investigated. You don't want to do that. So there is one, that's the only way it can be done. And so that's an alleged investigation. That's not a real investigation. What that amounts to is a delay tactic covering up their crimes. Alright, if I'm going after a bad guy and they got to convince that, hey, this guy here, he's doing something wrong and he's not really doing anything wrong, so you need to hold the records when